Why, hello, shadowed staring into the deep eyes of a homunculus mung bean. How are you doing? I am returning from the dead for now, before I die again, and then I'm reborn after the equinox because something something. I'm the god of wine. Now, um, exactly. So, lol. So, okay, I'm gonna do something special today, something I've never done before. And you might be wondering why we're staring at the soy-riddled apocalypse visage of our enemies in the next civil war. But that's because we're doing an eye test today. See, I'm the autist that studied eyeballs and faces and people. And that's why I can actually socialize and be somewhat good at it. I don't understand it, but I can mimic it very, very well. So, fun times. Now, this in particular, just look at the eyes. Don't look at the gaping cow pie riddled jawbone. Don't look at the patchy beard that isn't full because they don't have enough T levels to facilitate a mannequin. But instead, look at the eyes. How the eyes are soulless and hypercharged. They're hyper focused, hyperactive. They're very explosive eyes, especially the one above Soya. Is that Will Wheaton? That looks like Will Wheaton. Just the eyes are hypercharged, like they're going to eat you. You see that a lot in feminists. You also see that a lot, coincidentally, in borderline personality disorder. Because there totally isn't an overlap between the two groups, I promise. No, sir. And any overlap you notice is purely coincidental. Something, go back to re-education camp 37.2, doctor. We'll see you there. Now, the giant gaping jaw, fun fact, I cannot physically do that. Because I have a taut string underneath my tongue. So I can't even open my mouth that wide. Even though I'm a giant, so you'd think I'd be able to fully envelop a human homunculus statue. But I couldn't, because my jaw is fucked up, and so is my tongue, preventing my jaw from overdoing things. Because pain. And, also, they're all ecstatic over, like, things that most of us grew out of. You know, like things most of us grew out of, like cookie cereal. Like, when was the last time you had cookie cereal? Fucking, for me, it's been like 8 years. Fucking, I know I did it that one time because, you know, drugs made it seem like a good idea at the time, as drugs often do. Also, what was the whole controversy about, you know, oh, he can't be on a box of Frosted Flakes because he got caught doing weed? Like, look, if you're eating Frosted Flakes and it's over 10 a.m., weed was involved. But anyways, that's an aside. So, we're going to look at different eyes today, and we're going to explain what they look like to you and explain what it's connected to, if any connection is to be made available at that point. This is BPD and soy. They're hypercharged, yet their face is fat and bloated. Their facial hair is patchy at best. Only one has an actual beard. Two have actual beards. And they're so manscaped that it looks like a single shrub, which is also a dumb look, too. And like, the teeth are bulging, the eyes are hypercharged, they're super focused. Those are eyes that want to eat your soul. There's a reason why most feminist males are seen as predators. Partly it's the eyes, and partly it's how often they get accused of sex crimes. Although, to be fair, feminists accuse a wet dog of a sex crime if they could get victim points out of it. So, you know, there you go. Now on to the next one. These two eyes are, or two pairs of eyes, are actors from the 1960s. You would have recognized them if you had a childhood like me. And your father was based like mine. But no, the eyes are focused and intelligent, and they're not hypercharged, undercharged. They're focused and well thought out. The eyes are intent. There is intent and intelligence behind those eyes. And for the fun ones among us paying attention, both of these are ethnically that religion I'm not allowed to talk about. Okay? And they have better, dare I say, phenotypes than all of this. All of this looks like muzzle chops compared to the Chads from the 60s. Right? My point is that our physical forms, our stature, our weight, our height, our hormones, all that shit has been downhill since 1962. But yes, they are hyper-focused in a intent intelligence way, not in a I will eat your soul hypercharged way, but in a I can see and think and rationalize sort of way. There's intelligence in those eyes. There's intent and precision in those eyes. On to the next one. This is eyes of a dead man walking. These are eyes of someone who's dead inside. These are eyes of someone, well, two someones, who are genetic slough and hate, well, the male, hates his position in life, but can't do anything about it because women have all the fucking power right now. And she's just living life as far from free gangbang as possible. Also, she's the only person I know of who got caught having a gangbang and then got paid $500,000 for it. God, that women privilege. Holy shit. Fucking, can you imagine a man getting caught in a gangbang with 5 bitches and then him get paid by the state for exposing it? Would anyone believe that? Would that even sound like a human thing that happened to human beings? Like, that's the real question. Now, the next one. This is a chat, woman with little baby boy. Can I see picture of the little fella? And you see this. Okay. I'm not going to mention the blood type of this child. I'm not going to mention the possible crime statistics of this child as an adult. I will, however, mention, if you look at the eyes are predator eyes. They are, I will eat, slaughter, and murder and kill eyes. Which is weird for a baby. Babies shouldn't have that. Adult serial killers, sure, I can see that easily. But babies should not have this. This is astonishing to me. A baby has, I'm going to commit a crime eyeballs. And it's not because mulatto, it's because his eyes look that way. So I, well, I mean, to be fair, mulatto probably has some connection to it, but, still, I'm talking the eyes itself. And just, those are criminal eyes. Those are eyes of hatred and unga bunga and smash and break and destroy. I've seen that a lot as a child. Now, these eyes, for a woman whose caption said, when he cheated on me while I was in the grippy sock home, I faked my death for a week and pretended I was haunting him at night by crying at his window. Now, I will say, those eyes are pride, right? Those eyes are, I did a clever, look at me, I'm smart. Those eyes are of a full belly, a contempt for, no, not contempt, content, sorry, I get those two words mixed up, for a content of, I just ate an entire deer, look at how fat I've become. And I will say, +1 points for, revenge, because there's nothing wrong with revenge. Anyone who thinks there is are afraid of being revenged upon. Like certain ethnicities I'm not allowed to talk about. I'm gonna drink my sweet tea and eat my sweet cornbread because I'm southern, goddammit. Okay, yeah, no. Also Grippy Sock Home, that is funny. I was there once. Wait, where the hell? Oh. I clicked on the wrong thing, I'm sorry. Okay, next. This is a historical example of eyeballs, because they're all carved in fucking stone. But if you look at the pagan Rome, the pagan statues, right? Very smooth, very clean, very precise. You can see the folds of meat on their face. You can see the indents of their cheeks. You can see Nero's bitchin' fucking sideburns. You can see these things. Augustus's contempt for reality. You can see these things in the stone and in the eyes of the stone itself. And then Christian Rome, the only Christian Rome statue that's actually decent is Constantine, but he was the first Christian. So, explains why they didn't get it wrong the first time. And the rest of them, the eyes look dead. There's not much of a facial intonation. You don't see much emotion other than stone. It's very dead. Dead eyes, live eyes. Dead eyes Christian, live eyes pagan. Right? And I'm talking in this example specifically. I'm not talking in general. Or am I? Whoa, no, I'm kidding. No. Will you stop clicking the buttons, Chris? You fucking reprobate. Okay, cool. All right. Now, the next one. This is a 28-year-old woman who shared her final tweet hours before being fucking euthanized. Welcome to Canada, you die on this bed. Yes, this is a Canadian photo. Gee, how could I tell? Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. The eyes are this weird, like, grief denial. Like, they act happy, but they're all sad on the inside. Their eyes are sad. Those are sad eyes. They're seeing someone they care about die. But they're faking their emotions for support. They're faking support for a woman's chosen suicide. If you put yourself in euthanasia, you're putting yourself in suicide by state. If getting into a drunken piss fight bar with a cop is suicide by cop, then this is suicide by government. Okay? This is suicide by government. That woman in the chair is dead. And look at her eyes. There's 80 emotions in there. 80 different emotions, all swimming all at once. Unable to figure out what's real and what's not. Everyone else is just sad eyes but happy faces. They're pretending to be happy to ease her suffering. That is self-sacrifice of the highest caliber. But it's also misguided and blind, and not the smartest thing to do. In the long term, it's very short-term thinking. Very short-term thinking. Now, this, since my screen is tiny, I will have to pull this up on another window that I can see. Because, well, I have a comment to make about this, because, yeah, let me scroll down my list here, hold on, okay. Yeah, what is the Irish? That's a real question. Okay, sorry. I think I skipped past it, hold on. Yeah, I skipped past it, hold on. I'm in a list, hold on, guys. I didn't plan to need to pull this up. I thought it would be big enough on the screen I'm looking at, but I don't know how to make it that way. I'm a little retarded. Okay, I'm way too past. Okay. There's Uncle A getting a signature. Okay. Alright, no. Down. Down. Okay, now I scroll for the next 3 hours. Alright, I know I saw it up here. Doobie-doobie-doo. Doobie-doobie-doo. Da-boot. 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 Okay. Das Boot. Das Boot. You know. Me remember my Reich metal days, you know. almost there. This is all looking familiar. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm the slows. I apologize for that long delay. Okay. So, Captain Anime Colonizer says, "Lol, now we gotta start ostracizing them from society again." You know what race we should ostracize from society, Captain Dark? You know what we should? You know? Speaking of ostracization, let's look at the crime statistics between your people and autists. Let's do that, shall we? Let's look at the crime statistics between autistics and people of a darkened visage. Let's look at that, shall we? To really figure out who we need to start ostracizing again. You fucking midwit reprobate. Anyways, it's just a girl being autistic about Sonic. Now, the Sonic thing, yeah, it's kind of cringe. But the passion, again, this is a drawing, obviously, but those eyes are autism eyes. I'll explain more in a minute with actual examples. But when women are passionate, truly passionate about something, in a way that only autistics can pull off, it is glory to men. Because men see that passion and respect it and understand it. Because men are slightly more autistic than women are, on average, right? Men are more autistic than women. Women are more BPD than men. It's just kind of how we sit on the spectrum, right? And when men who know how autism works because of their male brain see a woman act passionate about something, it makes our male brain go, "Oh, I know passion, I know drive and instinct and perseverance. I know this very well. She knows this very well. We shall make babies who know it even twice as hard," right? It's very biological thinking. Which is why autistic females pretty soon are going to get us all out of this shit. They're the only ones. You mean to tell me I had the fucking picture up on another tab the entire time? You motherless fuck. Damn you, Google Chrome! Yeah, okay, that was pretty funny. You mean I had this on another tab the entire time? Oh, jeez. Oh, that's funny. Okay, now to the next one. But Chris, this is a cat. How can you read the eyes of a cat? Fucking watch me. This cat is passionate, intent, focused, and ready. Those are eyes of, I can get this done. Determination, drive, passion, I can do this. But in cat form. That cat has been trained. That cat knows. I am the ammo bin. I am the medipack bin. I will supply the humans. That cat is ready. Those are the eyes of readiness. Right? You put a chicken drum in front of him, he won't even touch it because he's ready for war. And then he'll eat the chicken drum anyways because cat. But now, you probably recognize this woman by the name of Caitlin. Speaking of autism, look at those eyes. Autistic eyes tend to be not as emotive. A little more logical, a little more solid. The color tends to be more solid, more filled in. The dilation tends to be a little more average, a little more full on occasion. And the stare is very logic attentive. I can do this while crunching all the numbers. And this is a female example of autism, which you don't normally see in the wild, now do you, my friend? You don't normally see that in the wild. But if you do, marry that motherfucker. By all means. Make more autism. Because autism is going to be the thing that gets us out of this fucking shit pile, mark my words. And also, fun fact, autism is heavily genetic. Heavily. So if you have it, guess what? You have a relative that does too. There's a 90% chance your relative does too. And for me, it's my father, because he knows every episode of Star Trek by heart. He owns manifolds for cars he has never owned or worked on. And he's seen Pink Floyd The Wall, the movie, more times than I have years in my life. So, again, that's boomer autism right there. It's a beautiful creation. The gods themselves gave it to us. So that's a female's autistic visage. And again, the eyes are very, like, they're not hyper emotive. They're not, I'm going to eat you. They're kind of laid back and lax and relaxed and more pure, more content. Not as, I'm going to eat your soul. It's not that at all. It's the exact opposite. It's, I'm going to relax socially, but focus mentally. That's autism in a nutshell. I'm going to relax socially and heighten mentally. And that's what those eyes are doing. Now, the last example we have in this rather short for me video, male autism. This is a feller from Love on the Spectrum. It's a TV show I only learned about today. That happened 1 year before the end of the world attempt. And again, those eyes are, the face is very happy, yes, but the eyes are logic and solid and more relaxed. They're not trying to eat you, right? They're not hypercharged. They're not hyper-focused. They're not bulging, right? They're very relaxed eyes. I have that. I have very relaxed eyes myself. And again, when it comes to high intelligence, you tend to have low emotion. Typically. When it comes to high emotion, you tend to have low intellect. But there are glorious cases that combine the two. My family is a good example of that. My mother was high emotion, high passion. And my father was high intellect, high science, high mathematics and numbers. You mix those two together, you get me, someone who can do both interchangeably. And that's the beauty of genetics. Our personalities are heavily genetic. Our disorders are heavily genetic, especially autism, and that causes a whole lot of personalities these days. And you see all this stuff happening, and your autism kicks in, and you're like, oh shit, I know the way of the world. Why doesn't anyone else? And you feel lonely and isolated and depressed for 5 years. And then you go back to being normal because you're too focused on computer graphics. Oh, the power of drugs. But yes, again, eyes that are relaxed yet intelligent, right? The eyes have intelligence to them. Here, the eyes are more, they're more inviting, but still more logic. It's a logical invitation. It's a invitation of intelligence. Male autism eyes don't typically have that inviting stare, that inviting lax glaze. They don't typically have that. Female autism eyes do. The female autism eyes definitely do. It has more of an inviting look, even though it has that kind of lax, almost glazed stare. So, which would explain why a lot of modern women view autistic men as creepy, yet everyone and a garden snake views autistic females as the next boon to society. And the autistic males don't breed, so which means the non-autistic males get all the autistic females, and then you don't have enough autism for the world to go around. If you have two autistic parents, then by God, Sonny Jim, you're going to be a super genius. But no one wants to breed like that because we don't want to give men who have any kind of drawback a chance. But that's for a whole nother time, a whole nother day. This is about 25 minutes. Very, very short for my standards. We'll see. So I'll say my outro. Goodbye, good luck, get fucked, take it easy. And focus on the eyes next time. Next time you're talking to a feminist, or you're talking to a communist, or you're talking to any of them. Look at the eyes. Look at how they're looking, how they're focused, how they're staring, if they're dilated, if the color, how glazed the color is. Things like that. Look at the details of the eyes, and it will tell you a lot about the person. This is something I learned by being an autistic child. And it's my gift to you, fine denizen of the interwebs. I give this gift to you. Stare at the eyeballs, learn a thing or two. So, take it easy. Good luck.